Okay, so this one's kind of important for a variety of reasons. You might see it in the very near future. That's kind of a pretty good hint. Joe wishes to hang a sign that's weighing 7.5 times 10 to the 2 newtons. So what this means right off the hop, and this is another reason why I want to do this one, is that is the weight force. You don't even need to calculate it. They've already done the mass times 9.8 thing. So the FW is simply 7.5 times 10 to the 2, and I hope you remember your scientific notation. That's really just 750, right? If you want to leave it as scientific notation, that's fine. Cable A is attached to a store making a 30-degree angle as shown, and cable B is horizontal and attached to an adjoining building. What is the tension in cable B? So we are really looking for, I guess we can call it TB. Okay? A does all the sort of vertical hanging, and for some reason there's this other cable that's going this way. Maybe there's something wrong here with the sign. It can't just be sort of held against the wall. I don't really know why we need this secondary cable over here, but nonetheless we have to find the tension in. So if you sort of complete the end of this triangle here, we can call this TA. This would be TAY, I guess, right? The Y component of tension A. And then this one in here would be TAX. Now what can you tell me about TAX and TB, which is really TBX, I guess? What can you tell me about TAX and TBX? They would have to be? Is it moving sideways? It's not moving, so it's at rest. It's in equilibrium, so that means that the X components have to be equal, and the Y components have to be equal as well. What's the other Y component? Weight force, right? So in other words, the weight force has to be equal to TAY, doesn't it? Right? The up and down Y's have to be equal. I'm going to show it to you this way. I hope it's not confusing, but I kind of like the way it sets up nice. You would say that the F net Y would be 0. Why 0? Because it's at equilibrium. And what makes up F net Y? F net Y is made up of TAY plus FW. Have to be equal to 0. Now that 750 is actually down, so it's negative, right? So TAY minus 750 is equal to 0. In other words, TAY is 750. It's a whole lot of work just to get kind of to there, right? That said, mentally you should be able to go the next time, oh yeah, I know what's going on here, right? I don't have to sort of explain that. So if TAY is 750, we need to find the tension in cable B. How am I going to find it? Well, we've already established that TAX is equal to that, right? So if I can find this value, that's going to tell me this value, isn't it? Right? Can I find TAX? Sure, I've got an angle and I now have a side. So I have 2/3 of the necessary equation, right? And TAX is opposite the angle, so that is sine. Oh, but I need hypotenuse for sine, don't I, right? So I've got opposite and I know adjacent. So really I'm talking about tangent, exactly. So tan theta is opposite over adjacent. You probably don't need to write that step. Tan 30 is opposite, which is TAX, over adjacent, which is TAY, which is now 750. So in other words, TAX is going to be 750 times tan 30. $433. Therefore, tension in B is also 433. That makes sense? It's not, the mathematics isn't hard, it's just sort of a new situation that you haven't seen before, right? Okay, there's one more that I want to do.